Elton John joins Fitzy and Wippa.
The magnificent Elton John.
Hi guys, how are you?
Oh, wow. Can I just say how exciting it is here in Australia that this young artist is flying up the charts. You are currently sitting number 7 with your new song with Dua Lipa and Pnau. Congratulations, Elton. It must, I mean,
They've worked for so long.
You are so adored here in Australia anyway, but to be back on the charts must be something special for you.
Yeah, it's old age pensioner crashes top 10. Scott Horror.
Is that the title of the new album?
Listen, it's just a wonderful, happy single, and I have to thank Pnau, who did the original track and put it all together. And of course, they're your boys from Australia, and I love them dearly. And then, you know, the icing on the cake was getting Dua to sing the Rocket Man part, and it's just a happy song. And I wanted to put out something happy. I think Dua did that with Future Nostalgia, and it came out at the right time when everyone was going through lockdown with such a miserable time in everybody's lives. And I just wanted to put something. I'm astonished at how quickly it's gone in Australia, and I'm very appreciative because you know I love Australia so much. I'm genuinely thrilled. I mean, I'm not a singles artist anymore, as you know. Usually there's an age limit on people getting the charts. You have to be about Kid Laroi, who I love. To be Kid Laroi, and he's number 1. And
yes. Well, that's what
number 1.
Elton, that's what I wanted to say. Kid Laroi's number 1. You got Ed Sheeran number 2. Wouldn't it be great if you could knock those two off?
Well, I love them both. I had dinner not so long ago with Kid Laroi in Los Angeles, and Ed is one of my best friends. So they're both great guys.
Yes.
I'm just grateful to be where I am in the charts at the moment. By the way, I was thinking when I was talking to you, Fitzy and Wippa. Fitzy and Wippa, have you seen them yet? Oh, but they're so spaced out. Benny and the Jets. So Fitzy and Wippa, hopefully.
Yes!
Wow.
There's our promo for the next 100 years, Elton.
Fitzy and Wippa, have you seen them yet? Yeah, it's a great name. Listen, I miss you guys. I'm so sorry what you're all going through down there at the moment. Everybody over here who loves Australia is thinking about you. I have a dear friend who lives in Melbourne, my dear school friend, Keith.
Yeah.
We keep in touch very often, and it's hard, it's awful what's going on down there. We actually left Australia on the 8th of, I think the 7th of March, 2000. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah,
you did. You were just finishing up your tour, Elton, and that was it. Then we went into pandemic, and it's been a year and a half since we've seen any live music. So you were one of the last that we got to see.
I got out on the 7th of March. I did my last show, went to Los Angeles, and that was it. And it's been torture for everybody. I mean, we're musicians, and it's okay for me, but young musicians, it's been so hard on them because they have to earn a living by playing live. It's crazy. And for everybody, it's awful. But, I'm an optimist. Hopefully, it'll get sort of that. We are coming down to Australia, the family, for Christmas in 2022.
Great.
Okay.
Because we had such a great time when I was there last time. I came down there with my family, with the boys and David, and my boys fell in love with Australia.
Oh, great.
So they want me to go back to the Gold Coast and
Hamilton Island,
the Barrier Reef.
Oh, yeah.
And they just want me to go because they love fishing and they love swimming. So we're going to definitely come down for a holiday on Christmas 2022.
Oh, that is
so
special.
I'm trying to get there.
Do you know
I've got a lot of work to do there before then.
One of the hardest things, Elton, about being in lockdown here is seeing you at a beach club in Cairn, because now that looks like a lot of fun. Now, did they tell you to come and, jump up, or was that planned, or you just thought, hang on a minute, we're all having a good time, I'll jump on the mic?
No, well, it was kind of impromptu. It's a great restaurant.
Yeah.
You go there for lunch, and then you have a great lunch, and then at 3:30 the DJ starts to play, and he starts off with Frank Sinatra and Liza Minnelli, and warms everybody up like that, and then suddenly he goes into dance mode. And I asked him if I could do the record, and he said absolutely. So
awesome.
He played the record. I sang along to it. It's one of those impromptu things that makes it was so wonderful. And I haven't played before many people, so just seeing that amount of people having fun was just so great.
Oh yeah.
And it was a moment, and it worked really well, and Yeah, it's when things are on spur of the moment and instantaneous like that, they're far much more fun,
Exactly. Elton, you are universally loved by everyone. You've had an amazing career. It must be hard, though, now, and you're health-wise doing really, really well yourself, but when you see one of the greatest drummers of all time, Charlie Watts, pass away from the Rolling Stones, we read out your tribute to him that you put up on social media. It must be hard when you see friends like that you've spent so much time with and gone on this journey with pass away, Elton.
It's heartbreaking. I knew he was in hospital, but I didn't know he was as ill as he was, and I don't think many people did.
No.
So when I got the news yesterday, it makes you look at your own mortality. It makes you remember the wonderful times that you had, the wonderful moments that Bernie and I have had early in our career listening to the Rolling Stones music with headphones on. He was beyond, he was the best rock and roll drummer of all time.
Yeah.
Elton, can I ask too? You mentioned the Kid Laroi earlier, and we talk about Rocket Hour, the podcast, and your commitment to younger artists and developing artists, and the gift that you give in the wisdom and experience to these young artists. Are there any other Aussies outside of the Kid Laroi? I think you're a fan of Vance Joy that you really appreciate or would consider doing something with one day.
Well, I love Amy Shark very much.
Yes. Magnificent. Tones.
I have a big soft spot for Winston Surfshirt.
Yes.
I think there's a girl called Amy. What's her name? Thorstenstein.
Yep.
And of course, Tame Impala.
Magnificent.
I've had Kevin Parker on my show, and I've had Amy on my show.
Yes.
I've had Winston Surfshirt. I've had Amy Shark. Had Tones and I.
Yes.
And you watch them grow, and you watch them. Like Kid Laroi I had on my show quite a long time ago, and he's just become so huge now.
Yeah.
And he's such a great kid. I went to dinner with him recently in LA, and we just had the best time. And he's got the #1 single in Australia at the moment with Justin.
And he's doing so well.
Written by Charlie Puth, and so he's my friend too, so it's great.
Love that.
Hey, Elton, before you go, okay, so we're friends with Molly Meldrum. We've had Molly on our show plenty of times. There is an urban myth here in Australia, and I would love to know if you can remember this. We know Australia is one of your adopted homes here. We want to know about one night where you threw a party and hosted a party on a huge boat in the Sydney harbour. Now, we heard that Molly missed the small boat to get out to the large boat. And the story goes that Molly could not get onto the boat of this party that you were on. And all of a sudden, the water police come past and went, "Molly Meldrum, oh my gosh, what are you doing?" He said, I've just missed my boat and there's a party out in the harbour. Elton John is hosting it. They said, well, jump on board. We'll take you out to the boat. The water police took Molly out to the boat, and as the water police were arriving to the boat, there may have been some things that were thrown off the side of the boat, seeing that the police were there. Is this true? Can you confirm it, Elton?
It sounds like something from my past. Yes, absolutely.
Sure.
For those of you who saw Rocket Man, those of you who saw the film Rocket Man, crazy things happen, and I've done so many crazy things with Molly Meldrum. So it sounds like Molly and it sounds like me. But I can't confirm it because I can't remember it. But it does. It doesn't seem fictional to me at all.
It's not out of the question.
Not out of the question.
That's confirmation for me. That'll do, Elton.
Elton John.
Oh, wow.
This is the first time that you've been on the Fitzy and Wippa show, and we appreciate it so much.
We love you, buddy.
Dua Lipa's Cold Heart.
Listen,
yeah.
Thank you for taking the time. Thank you for supporting the record. And thank you, Australia, for all the love you've shown me for so many years, since 1970. So I'll be down there in 2022, having a relaxing time and reconnecting with the country that I love.
Hey,
we can't wait, buddy.
Elton, please tell us, though, it wasn't the last time that you're going to perform here, though. There's got to be a comeback show, doesn't there?
When I finish the Yellow Brick Road tour, that's it.
Oh, well done, Elton.
Thanks,
well done.
Elton.
Thank
Love you, buddy.
For your time.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
See you, mate.
Fitzy and Wippa.